Hello YouTube, welcome to Account Reviews. Today we're going to be checking out an account belonging to a guy whose name is I'm Not a Pro, which he lives up to very well, as you'll see with his account. We have a level 174 VIP 6, 2 billion gold, and 61,000 gems. So immediately, great gem count for anniversary. This is fantastic. Look at his scrolls. First thing, we have 1,360. Now you might think, oh, he saved his scrolls for anniversary. That's wonderful. However, he did recently use scrolls to get some soul symbols. That happened. I think that's a mistake. I don't think he should have done that because having 2,000 scrolls for anniversary would have been clutch. I don't think he's going to reach 2,000 unless he spends. So that is going to be awkward. So what we need to do is see whether that was a smart decision on his part and see whether the fixing has been worthwhile. So heroes. We have Tree of Origin 5 Eloise. We have Carrie. We have Freya. We have Tix. Why that? What? Carrie's not a tenant? Oh, I guess that's because the Freya is with better stats. Is she in the same slot? Yes, she is. And the Freya does, of course, give more stats because of the Awaken. Wow. That is wild. So that Freya just exists. Which then makes you wonder, is he trying to build a Freya as a Transcendence hero? Like, she's not terrible. The B- is fine. The stats are okay. But you're not going to be building her as your first Transcendence hero. If you look across, we got some good E5s. And if it was just for these first few heroes, I'd be like, okay, this makes sense. But then, this exists. What are you doing, bro? E2? Hyperspace Hunter Alomac. And you might think, wait. Did he only just get a Transcendence hero? Did he only just get this and that's why it's fresh? Well, no, actually. This guy has 2.8 million crystals, which means he's had a Transcendence hero for quite some time. So whether it was a Mystic Fairy Freya and then he just thought, oh, I'm going to swap it. I want to have an Alomac now. It's weird. Like, why? Why would you do this? Because, dude, you have Tree of Origin 5 right here. You could, if you want to, build a big account focusing on a damage dealer hero, and it could be any Transcendence hero you wanted that's a good damage dealer. It could be Mockman, it could be Sword Flash, it could be Lord of Fear Aspen. They're all pretty good. Who have you actually built before? You had Vesa at one point? Yo! And you decided to get rid? Why? Why would you get rid of the Vesa? Just keep the Vesa. Alomac is not better than Vesa when it comes to supporting an Eloise. And then one of the concerns he said is I have too many 10 stars. Which, I can agree to that. Your food is kind of spread across these 10 stars, but it just means a ton of them are food. I don't know if you need Rogan, but you will do if you go for a damage dealer, so you need to keep him around. This 10-star Vesa is borderline useless. I'd take your Awakened copy out. Great holy damage, skill damage, by the way. And then I would just feed this, or just build the Vesa as a Transcendence hero. But the problem is, you would waste soul symbol switching, which is what you've done. You've wasted so many soul symbols switching around between the Fairy Queen Vesa, then to the Alomac, which just wasn't needed at all. You can't even finish the Alomac. Does he even have Alomac copies, or was this just you being a moron? He's got one here. Does he have a chest? Please tell me he has a chest. No. Oh, there he's got one. Okay. So you do have the additional Alomac. So why on earth is he E2? While you were doing the Glory Challenge, you got rid of Vesa, got a HHA to help Eloise to push Void Vortex. But the Alomac won't help Eloise in Void Vortex. And actually, you were doing the Glory Challenge. He's done those stages of the Glory Challenge. But you went back to Eloise, which is unusual. Most people will go into a damage-dealing Transcendence hero like a Mockman or a Lord of Fear Aspen. And you've just realized that? Yeah, and you can't undo it. And then you've got this. You've got 2 sublimation chests. So you could have a Lord of Fear Aspen with a maxed out active skill. That would be amazing. You could absolutely have a Lord of Fear Aspen with a maxed out active skill. But instead we've got nothing. You've got this Vulcan as well. What a copy. Wow. Too bad that's not going to be useful for absolutely ages, but still that's a good Vulcan copy. So what I would have recommended to do was just go with the Vesa, stick it out, and then when you get to this point, probably have built a Lord of Fear Aspen. But we can't do that now. The guy only has 5 soul symbols, and there's no way he's going to be eking out more. You really don't have enough profit orbs to adjust them into any profit orb event that's going to come up. You've got a load of stellar. Wow, 2.7 million? I know what you're doing. I absolutely know what he's doing. He is trying to get to 120 on the Tree of Origin. His brain is saying, look, if I get to 120 in the Tree of Origin, that then means I can go ahead and do all the stuff in the Glory Challenge. The problem is you can't, mate. You absolutely can't go and do all the stuff in the Glory Challenge because you need 10 soul symbols to remove the Alamak. You're going to need 5 to undo the Eloise when she gets to 120. And then you're going to need 5 for every other faction here. So that's another 25 you're going to need. So that's a total of 40 soul symbols just to build the entire Glory Challenge done and get a Transcendence hero that can be a main damage dealer for you. 40 soul symbols is a massive ask when you're currently only on 5. Now, you might be able to get 5 more from a monthly, and then you can try and pick up 20 from anniversary, but you can't, mate, because you've already used your scrolls. He used 5 of those soul symbols to undo a Delasium he had at one point, just to build the Eloise in the first place. I think what's happened here is you've watched a lot of videos recommending Eloise, thinking you're in a position where Eloise is going to be your hero, which is fine. You can still do a lot of stuff with Eloise. But it's meant that the opportunity to pivot into the Lord of Fear Aspen has been lost on you. And Delasium sucks. Delasium doesn't suck. Delasium supports other heroes. What makes a Delasium good is Delasium has an ability that allows him to repeat damage over times by enhancing their rounds. And then his passive, when the round ends, replicates 3 random damage over time or attribute reduction effects. So he's a support hero that just enhances other effects you're doing to opponents. So if you're doing attack steal, if you're doing damage over time, that's where he shines. Also, he does a lot of damage the more effects you put out on opponents. But generally, yeah, people aren't going to use him because they don't have the good damage over time heroes to use him with, apart from an Ithaca, and you don't have an Ithaca. So without an Ithaca, you have no way to make a Delasium work. He's a very complicated hero. So if you're just trying to brute force stuff with a Delasium, yeah, he's going to be total garbage. But if you use any good E5 in any way remotely well to their skill set, they will be good. That's the thing. It really depends on how you use them more than anything else. What I think you should do when you get the opportunity to, I think your Transcendence hero has to be a Lord of Fear Aspen. You've got an Onkiramaru, you've got a Drake, you've got yourself a carry. How are we doing for additional Dark Food? You've got that 9-star Amun-Ra. Great. You could actually use this 6-star puppet, the 9-star Amun-Ra. Unfortunately, you've got to undo the 9-star Amun-Ra. That's 5 more soul symbols just to get that Dark Food out of her so you can build an Aspen. But if you did that, you could build an Aspen, turn him into a Lord of Fear Aspen. You've got 3 of your tenants. Then all you need to do at some point is get yourself another Transcendence hero so you can build an Elena. But then again, that's going to be your final slot. You won't want to build Elena as your second Transcendence hero. You'll want to go with Halora. Yeah, so actually what you do is you build Halora and then you turn Carry into a Mockman to be your 4th tenant. That, or you'll magically get a ton of Dark Food. The one thing we really haven't talked about is this absolute mess going on down here. 9 stars are fine. They're okay. So the Sigmund, the Kamath, the Balrog, they're all food. 7-star Corpse Demon is only okay if you've got another copy somewhere so that you can actually finish him. Oh, yes, you do. So you're just in the process of building him up as you get the food. That's fine then, because you actually have enough copies. You've also got 6 stars here. So you could actually finish off the Corpse Demon just with some Shadow Food. So that's fine. Right, what's the other weird 7-star you had? It was an Ormus. Do you have multiple copies of him? You've got another Ormus here. Perfect. So we can build ourselves a 9-star. So, you know what? As long as you get the food and finish those heroes before you start building anything else, those 7 stars are fine. The other 6 stars you've got, I would just be mindful that shoving loads of food into 6 stars isn't necessarily the best thing when you could be using the food there as 6 5-stars to help you build a hero to 9-star or 10-star. If you just start building 6 stars for the sake of it, that's going to put you in a bit of a mess. If you've got chests as well, they can really help, so try and think about using them optimally. The Gurk's a weird one. I think it's a compression of light food just to save bag space, but this guy hasn't got a problem with bag space. Out of all the heroes, Gurk would not be the one I'd go for. That said, though, it's just a fix with soul symbols, unfortunately. You're going to have to use 5 soul symbols to fix this. So what you're doing is you're doing things that require soul symbols to fix whilst you don't have any soul symbols and you're trying to save them for the Glory Challenge. You've made no progress in Void Campaign. That's not surprising at all because you haven't really got a hero for this. How high is your Void Corruption? You should be pretty high. We're at 76. Okay, and what team are you using? What are your preset lineups? Wait, that's your Void Vortex team? Bro, no wonder you're losing. That's garbage. What the hell? First of all, use a Tix. Tix is incredibly good. He crowd controls. He's fantastic. Give that guy a Demon Belt. Boom, energy feed. There you go. You have no melodic strings. That's awkward. So you got 14 Demon Bells and no melodic strings. Why is Atlas Cane on an Eloise? Dude, what? Just stick a golden crown on her. Block HP. Attack HP, please. There we go. Mark Purify is fine? That's okay, yeah, because you get the control immunity. It's like you read so many different things at once and then kind of mushed them together like, oh, Atlas Cane on damage dealer? That sounds great. Ooh. Yeah, no wonder the first thing he said to me was, I'm losing to Void 4 Eloises. Yeah, no crap. You need a defensive artifact. That's ridiculous. Also, take off Ignis's gear, please. That way she's gonna die. So immediately we've improved this team. The Ailemak is useless. So we're gonna take him out. We want Waldeck. Where's your 9-star Waldeck? Do you have a 9-star Waldeck? Yes. Waldeck's nuts. I don't care if in your brain you go, oh, but he's only 9-star. That's fine. When he dies, he's a god tier hero because he means that your entire team is just gonna heal whenever they get hit. It's OP. Run that. It's great. And then last hero, you know what? It actually might be the Ailemak. It doesn't have to be, though. God, I wish this Ailemak was just E5 or something. I guess you'll get some shields. Only 6-star armor. Block HP. No! No, 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 no! Why? Why block HP? Dude! Attack! You want attack! And you want your Eloise to do more damage? That team should just work better. Let's go to the Vortex. Is it actually open right now? It is. You're on fire area... What's this, 4? Yes. So, okay, that's double carry Garuda. Have you been fighting this? Surely there's better waves than this. You know you can reset opponents, right? If you look at something where there's like 2 carries and a Garuda, you might think, that sounds like a miserable time. I'm going to reset that opponent. And you've been using your signets. Oh, no. If you're using your signets early on, you're going to lose. But let's see if I can beat this anyway with our signets. Double carry Garuda might just be a loss, though. So there you go. Tix is active, already coming out. Ailemak does something. Carry's gone ahead, stolen energy from Russell and Garuda. That's fantastic. There we go. Ignis has died, as has Waldeck. That's fantastic. So now we just need to slice and dice the opponents with this Eloise. Okay, Tix. When he dies, we'll get tons and tons of passive damage from Tix. So now we just need Eloise to stick around once Tix does all the hard work. And Carry comes back and steals energy from opponents. Oh, Tix is on the Russell, but I don't know if we can kill the Russell quick enough. Hopefully we can. Yeah, we should do. At the end of the round, there you go. Big damage. And then Carry steals energy from Garuda. Now, the only thing that's going to screw us over is these carries coming back. Although, as long as we can keep energy stealing the Garuda, we should be fine. Meza saying HHA really popping off. Yeah, pop it off into the grave. Oh, there you go. That's it. That Garuda is your problem, man. As long as we can lock her down. But those carries were the issue. So the problem with Garuda and carries is the carries will resurrect and then keep dying and healing the enemy Garuda. So that wave is a real pain in the ass. So what I would do here is I would just reset that opponent into something winnable like that. There you go. And then you should just beat this one first try. Whenever you see something with multiple carries and a Garuda, that's just like, yeah, no. I'm good. Don't want to fight that. But now this is way easier. Granted, Amon-Ra is a pain in the backside, so that could be an issue. But there's no carry here, right? So immediately, it feels nicer. As long as we can get this Amon-Ra dead, we should be fine. There we go, stunning the Horus. Whatever it's worth. I'm amazed that our Waldeck was alive for as long as he was. Oh, Garuda might just kill us here. We might just low roll. That said, though, does she have enough buffs at this point? We're going to find out. those shields might tank it for us as well. Yep, we tanked it. Golden Crown, putting in work. Fantastic. There we go. Now we're tearing them apart. Excellent. As soon as we kill that Aspen, we're going to see ticks do a ton of damage to the opponent as well. Come on. There it is. And now we just lock down against one Garuda who cannot do anything as long as Carrie is just going to keep stealing her energy just like that. And there you go. That is a win. That is an absolute win. Let's speed things up because I'm bored. Didn't realize it was only on ×2 speed. There you go. Instant GG. Fantastic. Never ever try and take down double carry Garuda unless you really have to. So there we go. We learned something today. That Ailermac is just trash though. He's really not very good. So if you really want to help out the Eloise, either go back to Vesa, which is going to just waste 10 soul symbols. You know what? The best advice I can give you: stay with the Ailermac and don't waste any soul symbols changing it. Just accept this is your fate now. And if you really, really do want to hold out until you get to level 120 on Eloise, just save soul symbols for that switch. When that switch arrives, what you'll want to do is regress the Eloise, build a ton of stuff to destroy. So we'll build Eloise, regress Eloise, build Freya, regress Freya. Just do that with the E5s in every single faction. And then the Ailermac, of course, we want to swap. We want to change him into a big damage dealer hero, probably a Lord of Fear Aspen, and then your second Transcendence hero will be a Scarlet Queen Halora. And that is optimal for you because you only have 2 sublimation chests. And with 2 sublimation chests, you can focus on active skills and get Lord of Fear Aspens active absolutely popping. With additional chests, you can get him a couple passives. Final passive's really good for the energy feed. And then you'll be able to cruise through with an absolute mega Chad Lord of Fear Aspen. And then, yeah, you should hopefully be able to set up with more Transcendence heroes and start beating game modes a lot more reliably. Apart from that, yes, there are obvious mistakes on this account, but soul symbols can be the only things to fix that. But try and learn more about team building theory. Hopefully now you can realize why this team is good. The Waldeck's great, the Ignis is great, really should be used. Like, this is a classic core lineup for anybody watching. Use Eloise with these 4 heroes, and then your Transcendence hero. It's just really, really good. And the one thing that you want to do if you are running a team like this is get yourself a Melodic Strings. Melodic Strings is a fantastic artifact on ticks, and it's the one thing you don't have right now, which is a real, real shame. So if you can get a Melodic Strings for ticks, that'll be really, really, really helpful. And that will be considerable progress. In fact, I've got this Antlers Cane on the Ailermac. I hate this. This should probably be... Yeah, we'll put another Demon Bell on there. And that's much, much better. Although he probably does want better armor. Although I wouldn't go chasing armor for Ailermac either. I would probably get Warrior Resonance armor and then tune it up to Lord of Fear Aspen for the eventual swap in the future. Do I want to do your cores? You think I'll have better luck than you? Yeah, go on then. We'll end with some cores. We got 49 here. Can we buy another one? No, you've already bought it. So we'll do 40 cores. You want me to go in Fate, I assume? He says I have better luck than him, which is saying something because I'm terrible at getting lucky. Oh, well, there you go. We start off where the first one's a sphere. Okay, sure. What else are we going to pull? Nothing in that one. That's standard, right? So we've got absolutely average so far. We should get another sphere here. No, well, we got Mockman and Ignis. Right, and then the last one, we should get a sphere, and then we break even. No, we didn't. See? Don't get me to do your course. I am really unlucky at course. Go in guidance, kids, okay? That's the final lesson of today's account review. Don't let MK do your cores, and go in guidance. You get significantly average luck, and average is the best you can ask for. There you go, folks. I hope you had a good time. I definitely did. And this account, you can see there's tons of mistakes here, tons of thoughts he's had. But unfortunately, the paths he's taken himself down on, I think he just needs to double down. So the fact that he's waiting to get to 120 on the Eloise, we're pretty much there anyway, and he needs to save his soul symbols for that. So he might as well just do it. And then once he gets the full complete on the Glory Challenge, come back, build a Lord of Fear Aspen account, and he will be totally fine. It's just going to take time, unfortunately. And that's just the way it goes. Grind it out. Hopefully Anniversary treats you good. I really hope you don't get kicked in the backside for using scrolls before Anniversary, because you could have been at 2,000, but instead he used them. So that's a shame. I really hope 1,400 is enough for you. I don't think it will be, but 60,000 gems that's a good number. Either way, folks, I'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to get account reviews yourself, join us in our Discord for more information, and I'll see you next time. Have a good week, and happy idling.